You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is Black Hollywood Live. Next, featuring intimate and in-depth interviews with Black Hollywood's next edition of stars and influencers. Black Hollywood Live. Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host for Black Hollywood Live, Next.
Nick, I'm glad you realized that we have a show to do, and it's time to put your telephone away.
I had to tweet the people and let them know to tune in live right now.
Alrighty, welcome to Black Hollywood Live. Next, thank you for joining us. Happy Friday. I'm your host, Jessica King, also the producer of Fox's hit show, Dish Nation. Check it out tonight. And I'm joined by comedian extraordinaire, Nick Perdue.
That's right. How you guys doing?
Woo! You get half a clap. And we... Kidding. You know I love you. We have a very special guest today. We're very excited to welcome Brittany Richards. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
How are you doing on this beautiful Friday afternoon?
I'm okay. I'm all right.
Good, good. Well, we have a little time to get to know you. We're really excited. We're going to start from your roots.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You actually realized at a very young age that you wanted to act, and actually you've in the past credited the movie Forrest Gump for kind of giving you that acting bug. Mm-hmm. What was it about that movie that just kind of hit you hard?
I think it was more the experience, because when I saw that movie, I was like 8, and living in Bowling Green, Kentucky, which is a super small town, and just being in that theater it was crowded, like packed full of people, and just everybody laughing and crying and feeling at the same time. Mm-hmm. I just thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
It was the first time, I mean, I'd always loved movies, but it was the first time that became like a conscious thing of like, oh, you can actually do this for a living and affect people. So
when you left that theater, was it like, oh?
Yeah. I remember at one point, like being so little, looking around, like there was an older man next to me and he was just in it. He was so in the movie, and I'm like, oh, wow. So I that was it for me.
Did you immediately start pursuing it then? Like, how did your parents react when you told them that that's what you wanted to do with your life?
Well, I was always a ham, so I think they kind of knew where that was going to go. But my mom, she had me in a lot of like modeling things as a little girl. Mm-hmm. Everybody said I looked like Raven Simone because the Cosby Show was out at the time, and I did. So she, you know, we had headshots done and photo shoots done, and we would go on commercial auditions and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Up until like that point, and then it stopped, and then I went to school and just kind of lived, and then like in middle school I decided that I'm going to go to a performing arts high school. Mm-hmm. So it was always kind of a thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. So what was growing up in Bowling Green, Kentucky like?
I mean, boring. But you know, I love the South. Like, I'm a country girl. I will always be a Southern girl, but I mean, there's nothing to do, especially back in, you know, the early 90s. Like, it was not a lot of stuff going on, and you know, I was definitely the only person that looked like me for, you know, a long time. So it was something.
If I had to describe it,
it was something. Yeah.
But now, do you go back often?
No, well, I moved from Bowling Green to Louisville when I was 12.
Okay.
So then that was a whole different world, and that was much more comfortable, and that was the
bigger.
Yeah. Part of the reason why my mom moved us up there anyway. She's like, I want you to be around, you know, more black people, and I want you to be in a bigger city and have more, you know, stuff going on. And she went to U of L, so it was
kind of like home for her too.
Yeah, it was definitely a conscious move. So that was cool. And that I haven't been back to Louisville in a long time, but I'm going back to Kentucky for Thanksgiving.
Oh, nice.
I'll try to do it a couple times a year. Yeah.
Yeah. So, obviously the South is, totally different than the West out here. So what was that transition like coming from Kentucky over here to LA?
How are you? Have you guys ever been to the South, or
I've been to the South. I've never been to Kentucky.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Okay.
I've been to like Alabama, like Mississippi.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't been to Kentucky.
Even that's a little different, but I just remember thinking like, you have to pay for parking? Like, I'm not kidding.
I think that's just LA, not necessarily.
Like, wait, I'm sorry, what? What are we doing? So that was weird. Honestly, though, it didn't feel that, I mean, I was kind of like, I didn't know anybody, so it was kind of lonely, but I loved it. I got real excited. I mean, it felt like, okay, this was where I was supposed to be. So, I don't know, I didn't find that transition too hard. I know my mom found it difficult. She moved out here with me for like 6 months just to get me settled. No.
Not having it.
Did you go to the beach, and was that like, oh my God, I'm here at the beach?
Yeah, well, I lived briefly. We lived in Oceanside on Camp Pendleton.
Oh, okay.
She did an internship while she was in college there, and so I knew the beach, but I did think it was beautiful. It wasn't until I got older and older that I went to Malibu and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, wow, no, okay.
Yeah, now I get it.
Right. So beautiful.
Very cool. So you are biracial, right? What are you mixed with?
My mom is just a good old white lady, and my dad is Jamaican and Cuban. He's from Jamaica.
Okay. So you mentioned a little earlier that growing up in Bowling Green, there weren't a lot of people that looked like you. What was that like for you as a kid?
It was, I mean, it was one of those things that, like, you don't really even think about until someone brings it up to you. At least for me, anyway. I didn't give much thought to it. And it's funny because at one point, my cousins, who are white, were like, I didn't even realize that you were black until somebody said it to me. And it's this thing of, like, you don't even think about it.
Yeah.
And it's only until someone kind of
points it out.
Right, or makes it an issue, then you're like, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So, and my mom, well, first of all, she thinks, brown people are beautiful. She just is all about
Clearly.
it. Clearly. So I always just felt like, oh, okay. But,
it wasn't an issue.
It wasn't, no, not really. It could be, it was sometimes, but.
Was there ever a point as a kid that you felt like you identified with one part of your heritage more so than the other?
Yeah, definitely. It wasn't until like until I moved to Louisville where it was like, I guess I felt like maybe I had permission to explore that other part. And, I went through phases where I thought I was Puerto Rican, like hardcore, like when Selena came out, she's Mexican, but I was like, oh, I am Jennifer Lopez. So, I mean, I was just like, I would try to speak Spanish or whatever. But, as I got older and older and started spending more time with my dad, because we did not grow up together, I was like, oh, I'm Jamaican. And that's the coolest thing in the whole, like, everybody wants to be Jamaican. So, as I really started to embrace just myself as a person and growing up and getting older, I, definitely tapped into that.
I'm Jamaican too. High five.
Oh,
I just had to throw that in there. So now that you're an adult and you obviously have a very much deeper understanding of where you come from and your heritage, in the entertainment industry, what do you identify with?
Well, see, here's the thing, because, I mean, I would say I'm a black girl, but also, I can't leave out my mother's side, and, that's huge too. I mean, my family on my mom's side immigrated from Scotland, so I mean, but in the entertainment industry, they kind of, you do have to kind of choose.
Yeah.
And just with the castings and everything, it'll either say, ethnic or ethnically ambiguous or black, and you don't even get an opportunity to, like,
say what you are.
Right, or go in for the roles. I mean, they'll specifically say Caucasian. So it's like, okay, well, I wouldn't put those kinds of labels or limitations on me myself, but, you do have to, it's a process to get, for lack of a better word, mainstream. So, you know, that, I mean, whatever.
I mean, because technically you are Caucasian, you know, so
That's
it's
true.
like,
Right.
and technically you are black, so I'd be like, click.
Right. I mean, and that's the way I feel. And, you know, I'm very light,
Yeah.
but it's not that way. And that's okay, because I think there needs to be, you know, more black role models out there anyway. So if I can contribute to that, that's fine. But it's interesting the way Hollywood is set up.
Do you feel like that limits the roles that you go out for? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. And I feel like I could be up there, you know, doing Shakespeare, and I could be all these sorts of things, and it's a limit right now. It won't always be, though, don't worry.
Break through that ceiling.
Yeah.
Right.
So now you got accepted into multiple BFA and conservatory programs after high school, but you decided to move to LA instead. So what was the catalyst that made you come out here?
My stubbornness, me being naive. I just remember, you know, driving from Chicago, because I was accepted to Roosevelt Conservatory Program there. And in the car, I was like, I think I just want to go to LA. And God loved my mother. She was like, okay, if that's what you want to do, honey,
Aw.
we'll do that.
Wow.
So, yeah, that was it. I mean, I don't know. I think I just wanted to get started. But, I mean, now looking back on it, I could have, the difference between 18 and 22 wasn't going to be that much of a difference. But just in my mind, I just wanted to come and just get it over with. But
now, a lot of actors, you know, like they say like, oh, you should probably do that before getting into the industry. So do you ever have those like what ifs? Like what if I were to?
now I don't.
Okay.
No, now I don't. Now I see that like it's all about like what you put into your craft. So, yes, I would have learned a lot at a conservatory program, but it just meant that I had to do that on my own out here. So, training on my own, you know, putting my energy into it, what I would have put into it in college. So, I mean, I saved a lot of money not going to the school. So I don't know. For a while, I did kind of regret it, but now I'm like, no, I don't. Because they kind of, honestly, Hollywood kind of doesn't respect that anyway. That kind of theater training, that's like if you want to go to New York. Out here,
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess because, you know, there's a market. There's money to be made here, and it's about a look, and it's about who you know, and it's about all this other stuff, and natural ability, and, you know, that sort of thing. I mean, it's like, believe me, you go into a audition for, you know, CSI, they could give a crap if you
Where you went to
if you could
school or-
recite,
yeah.
you know, sonnets. They don't, you know, just can you deliver? Can you do it? So.
Yeah.
Well, you've obviously been working your butt off since you've been here. You've done theater, you've done web series, now you're on a TV show. Which has been your favorite so far?
Oh, My Crazy Roommate's been the best. Yes. I mean, this is my first major thing. I mean, you know, first thing that people can independently see rather than me being like, hey, I did something. I'm going to show it to you, you know.
Yeah.
So, and just the cast, and I just love everybody. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you also did a voiceover. You did voiceover work in Junkyard, the web series, and you played Foxy 2.0.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that process, like the animation and everything?
Yeah, that was fun. Let me just tell you, voiceover work, for all the actors out there, that is the way to go for a while. I mean, like, God, it's so fast.
Yeah.
And you can just come in sweats and whatever, and
It's easy. It's
the
like
pay?
quick, yeah.
yeah, so that was fun. I think that series it's been on hiatus, but I mean, it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Well, considering you've done web series, a lot of people are saying that come 5-10 years from now that the internet could take over TV. And we're obviously seeing a lot more development in web series and a lot more actors and actresses becoming involved. Do you think that is something that could happen down the road?
I don't know about take over, but I know that it's definitely a good way to keep busy, to keep working, to get projects out there. It seemed, I mean, I don't know, there's a lot of people that don't have cable. that, you know, just do Apple TV or Hulu or Netflix or stuff like that. So, and, you know, we were just talking about Netflix binging and, you know, all these series that are exclusively on Netflix. So there's definitely something to be said for it. And believe me, I'll be on House of Cards if they want me. But like, you know, I don't think TV would ever go away. I hope it wouldn't, because it's more consistent. The pay is better. You know, there's a lot of other things that go into a TV show that I think is great. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's cheaper, you know, so it's kind of even the balance of reality TV now versus scripted television, because everyone wants to take that cheap route and kind of take the easier way out, and it's quicker and whatnot. So it's like the lazier people get.
Absolutely. No, it's true. And you know, you got to take what you can get. I mean, if you have there's web series that are produced by huge studios.
Huge production, yeah.
So it's not like anything to be like, oh, you're on the internet. Like, it's just a different medium, you know.
Okay. Well, your hard work has paid off, right? So now you're Chloe Lewis on My Crazy Roommate.
Yes.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, what was that audition process like?
Well, you know, actually, I skipped usually there's like 3 kind of steps that you have to go through, but I skipped the first one because I went in for Love That Girl and went to callback for that, and then so Leah just called me into the callback session of My Crazy Roommate. So it's a little shorter than usual, but I was so nervous.
Yeah.
God, yeah, I really was. You know, it was one of those things that's just like, if they like you, if it's meant to be, they want you in the character, then that's it. I mean, you can only do what you can do. You be prepared, you know, go in there with energy, but like, it's out of your hands once you walk in the door, or once you walk out the door.
Yeah.
So this is basically your big break, right? And so how did you react when you got the call and saying, congratulations, you're on the show? What did you do? Did you drop the phone?
No, I reacted so...
Scream!
No, I acted so lame. It's still people are like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm like, yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. I don't know. I think sometimes emotions are a little much, and then I get overwhelmed, and so I shut down. Because I was getting my hair done. And my manager called me, and I knew what he was calling for, you know. So I was like, hello. And he's like, oh, I have some good news for you. I was like, oh, okay. And then he told me, I was like, okay. He's like, are you excited? I'm like, yeah, I'm really excited. Yeah.
Yeah,
I hung up and called my mom, and she was screaming and crying. And I was like, yeah, I'm really excited. Super lame. Like, to this day, my roommate gets so excited every Monday when it's on. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna watch it. It's gonna be cool. And she's like, what is wrong with you? I don't know. But I am so happy inside. Believe me, it's just like, I don't know. If I let it out, I'd probably be screaming and breaking stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you know, if you just randomly want to scream anytime during this interview, if it really hits you, you know, then,
we will not judge.
Yeah, we're not gonna judge you at all. You guys can tune in Monday nights, 10 o'clock on Bounce TV, and check out My Crazy Roommate.
Thank you.
What is the best and worst part of working on the show?
There is no worst part.
Every day was amazing.
But no, I mean, maybe you're kind of tired, but I don't. Oh my God! I mean, I'm always tired, so it's not a big deal. But there's definitely no worst part, because you know, the alternative is what? Working at a restaurant job, you know, doing nothing, just being at home. Like, there is no, like, no.
Yeah.
The best part was just working with everybody, getting to know everybody, and it's such a family there, because the same crew also works on Love That Girl. So they're very gelled. And then, you know, honestly, like, I've never seen a group of people come together so fast and click so fast. That's so rare. And it's not like they chemistry tested all of us, just Layla and I, which we clicked really quickly. She reminds me of my sister so much. So we just got along real well. But everybody else, it was just like, you know, old friends. It's amazing. So that was the best part. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people could relate to this show. We've all had our fair share of crazies. I work with one. No big deal. Do you have like any crazy roommate stories of your own?
I don't know about crazy, but just kind of sad and unfortunate.
Well, when you put it that way.
Yeah. My current roommate is amazing. It's my best friend. But my roommate before that was my best friend. Sometimes you just shouldn't live with people.
Live with friends.
Yeah, and see, this was the like anxiety I had about living with my current roommate, because I was like, I can't lose another friendship to this living together thing. But yeah, we just were not like compatible in terms of living together, and you know, her boyfriend situation was something
Unfortunate.
Yeah, and I mean, I can't like. There's just a certain age where it's like, I don't need this super grown man walking through our apartment. Like, that's uncomfortable for me. So,
Super grown.
just saying.
That's funny.
So, you know, it can put a lot of stress on the friendship. And, yeah, some people are just not meant to live together. So I was like, yeah, you have to move out or we're not going to be friends. And then she moved out. And then we were friends for a little while, and then, yeah, we haven't spoken in, like, a year and a half.
Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, that is sad.
Well, maybe she'll watch the interview and, like, reach out or
And
something.
yeah, exactly.
She'll be like, hey.
You know how to reach Brittany.
Yeah. Right, hey, sorry about the old guy who was walking around the apartment.
Are there any parts of the show that you particularly relate to?
Being broke. Relate to that. And just when you live with somebody and you do click, there's definitely like a camaraderie, and you have to have each other's back. And, you know, like I said, it is tough, like living with somebody day to day, and you are kind of responsible for their feelings. And if they're upset and they need you to support them, like, that's your job. You know, this is what you signed on for. So I think the characters, Brooke and Chloe, you know, they deal with that too. Maybe you don't even necessarily want to help your friend out or help your roommate out, but that's what you guys are there for, and it's a bond. So I think not only is that great for the characters, but it's great for Layla and I, because we immediately have to become these like bonded chicks. So off screen, we're bonded chicks. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
How much of Brittany do we see in Chloe?
Well, a substantial amount. Brittany definitely is more loud than that, and she has more of a mouth than that. But I think the core part of Chloe is definitely me. Every character that you play as an actor is going to have parts of you in it, negative and positive. So, I think I'm a little bit ditzy and naive sometimes, a little bit self-absorbed sometimes, which is in Chloe, but I also like people, and I just want everybody to get along, and I'm optimistic and caring, so all those things.
What do you hope that your audience takes away from Chloe, your character?
Like she's any other girl, just trying to make it. And I love the dynamic of the characters on the show. Just, they're so different. So yeah, I would hope that, other girls watching it can see something in themselves in both of us that they can relate to, and just realize that, that same struggle, we're all going through that. Your 20s are rough.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Let's be real.
It's so rough. Yeah.
What can we expect to see from your character for the rest of the season of My Crazy Roommate?
More hijinks. How many episodes are left? I think she just gets more neurotic as it goes on. Yeah, definitely. And, she's definitely a big support to Brooke. So, Brooke gets into messes. And I do think that Chloe kind of helps clean up Brooke's messes and calm her down, and is kind of like the the little safe place that she can go. It's funny because, you know, everybody's like, oh, who's a crazy roommate? It's Brooke. Because, because Chloe's always the one with the plan and always the one that's like, hey, guys, let's get together and let's make this okay. And so Layla's going to hate that I said that. I don't care.
So now your show is on Bounce TV, right? Which is the first African American like network broadcast, right? I totally messed it up. Broadcast network.
Yeah.
Right. And so I mean that's a big deal, right?
Yeah. Again, you know, like I said, I don't absorb things. So yeah, it's a big deal. Yes, it's a big deal. It's also really cool to be the first one in something.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? You're allowed to take a lot of ownership of it. I guess there's also a level of pressure. I don't realize that either, but you know, that's pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, because you guys are the first scripted series.
Yeah.
And so like even like when you go on balancetv.com, like it has like
It's
your
all
latest
us.
pictures. Yeah. So, you know, I mean, I guess there would be a little pressure, but you say you don't feel it, like none of that phases you or anything?
No, because I know that I did what I did. I did the best I could do, you know, on the show. It's funny. I'm proud of it. I think the chemistry, like you can't buy that, you know. So I just feel like it's going to do well moving forward, even, you know, into further seasons. So yeah, I haven't heard anything bad so far.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, speaking of some of the chemistry, right? I've seen some of these like behind the scenes clips on random people's pages and such. So, like, what is the atmosphere really like on set? Is anyone pulling any pranks? Is any hijinks going on?
The boys, oh my God. The boys are so much. It's like high school.
Yeah.
It's like camp. I don't know. I mean, the boys, you cannot get through. There were so many scenes we couldn't get through. And I don't know how Bentley, the wonderful Bentley, edited some of these scenes because I was dying laughing. I could not hold it together. I know that there was the episode, not this week, but the week before, like I was looking over the couch because I was cracking up. I mean, I just couldn't stop. Greg is just, when you get Greg and Hottie and Andrew together, it's like they're competing on who's the funniest, and they're all hilarious. So I can't hold it together. It's so much fun, and it's like having a bunch of big brothers. In Greg's case, a little brother. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like it's just mind blowing, and the guest stars that came in, Clayton Thomas, Ashley Blaine, like so funny, and I don't know. I guess we were just so excited to be there that it was like there was nothing. There was no reason to be in a bad mood, and there was no reason to like not just want to hug everybody. I mean, I was surprised, honestly.
So what was it like working with Bentley Kyle Evans?
Amazing. Amazing. That's the other thing that's surprising too. It's like you don't get that. You don't get somebody who's excited about the project, you know. You don't get somebody who just lets you go and who trusts you. There's a lot of trust in that because you know, you're trusting him that he knows what he's talking about, and he clearly knows what he's talking about. But he trusts you as well. It's like, you know, I hired you, so I know that you're going to do it. You can do it.
Yeah.
So that's just like, and he's so patient. My God, I've never seen anybody so patient in my whole life. Like he just, times that I would have been just all cursing people out and whatever. He was just so calm. Okay, well, we're going to do it again. Just so calm. Yeah. It's amazing.
Man, the bar set high for your next project.
No, very high.
It's going to be a tough one to compete against.
Extremely high, yeah.
So you're also a big advocate of helping others and serving your community. What kind of volunteering do you do?
For a while, I was volunteering at the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. You know, working with the kids there. And you know, your purpose in that is just to take their mind off of what's going on. Like you're not there to like in no medical way, you know, just truly just to talk to them and like hang out, and it's so nice because LA can be so ugly. And it can just like, and this business can be, you know, it's a business of self. You know, you're promoting that's what I'm doing. You're promoting yourself. But when you do that, it's like there's so much more. There's so many more important things and people, and like your stupid little, you know, callback is nothing compared to what, you know, other people are going through, especially kids. And then next weekend, I'm going to this camp called the Painted Turtle. And it's a camp for children who are dealing with different kinds of illnesses. And again, your purpose is just to, like, hang out and paint and, like...
cheer them up a little.
Yeah, you know, because the thing is that's amazing is they don't know they're sick. They don't internalize that. They don't live their life that way. They just are like, yeah, this is a thing. It's other people who are like, are you okay? It's like, you don't have to talk to them like that because they don't think of it that way. So, yeah.
Very nice.
So you have 5 tattoos.
Oh, I actually have 6. How did you know I have 5?
6 tattoos. Okay.
But that's weird because they're hidden.
This is going to sound really creepy, right? All right, so I was doing a little investigative work, right? And so there's not a lot of stuff on you online. So that's the reason why I added you on Facebook.
Yeah.
And so I'll admit to Facebook stalking. I did. We want a real in-depth interview. So, okay, well, you have 6 tattoos now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any meaning behind any of these tattoos?
All of them. So, okay, so the one on my wrist, that is their initials of my 2 older sisters and myself.
Okay.
Ashley, Brittany, and Crystal, ironically. So ABC, we all 3 got that. This is from my sister Crystal. We got this a long time ago, just on the boardwalk, whatever. The one on the back of my neck, not really significant. I went through a period where I got like 4 tattoos in a row and got my nose pierced. I was going through something. And so not that one so much. The one on my back is drama faces and a cross and wings. And then I have one here that my mom and I got. It's my first tattoo. Mine says child, hers says mother. And then I have an anchor on my side that I just got like maybe a month and a half ago with my roommate. Because we say like we hold each other down. So we're each other's anchor. So
That's sweet.
It hurt. But woo, it's cute though.
Yeah.
And you love to travel.
I do.
What have been some of the coolest places that you've gotten to go to?
I went to Paris and London, with my mom 6 or 7 years ago for her 40th.
Oh.
And she's young. And and that was amazing. Not long enough. We didn't stay long enough. And then I went to Spain last year with my best friend. She had her 30th birthday there.
Nice.
And her family owns a hotel in Spain.
Oh,
wow.
We won't even get into that because we don't have
gosh.
enough time to get into that. I was like, oh my God, who lives like this? This is amazing. Oh, and they're the most
She's
beautiful.
like, I do.
Yeah,
exactly.
they're the most beautiful people you've ever seen too. So it's a mess. But so she's from London, so we went to London for a while, for like a day or 2, and then flew to Spain, stayed at their hotel, and then flew back to London. That was just the trip of my life.
Wow.
Myself, her, my roommate, and then our other friend. It just was like you can't even put into words like
That's
what that
awesome.
was like. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. You also describe yourself as a superhero nerd. What does that mean?
That I like comic books. And no, like I'm just like a super hardcore Batman fan. Like it's just, and nobody, it's like undeniable. He's the best superhero. Like you can't even say he's not because he's the only one that chose his path. Everybody else was either born into it or got bitten or whatever. Like he was a human that chose to fight crime.
But is he really a superhero?
Yes.
Though?
What are you doing, Nick?
I'm saying because he can't fly.
Don't get
or
her
anything.
started, Nick.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying like because like he doesn't really have any superpower. Like when you talk about superhero, like Superman, he can fly, he has laser eyes, whatever. But
done.
you know, like Batman,
good.
he had like without his tool belt, then he's just a regular rich guy.
Oh my God.
With like a real cool car. He has a real cool car, and he's like, you know, a rich guy running around in a Halloween costume every day.
Ooh.
I know I'm talking mess. I know. I'm sorry.
Halloween costume. Wow.
Wow.
It's bulletproof.
You
It's
just
Kevlar,
took it
everything's
to a
nice.
whole new
Yeah.
level, Nick.
Whatever. No, I think he is definitely a superhero because, again, he chose this. And super just means that you're extraordinary. Doesn't mean you have to have some magical powers, because that's a cop-out. Yeah, if you have magical powers...
She's passionate about this.
I hope you'd be out saving the world if you have magical powers, you can fly. But this dude is like, you know what? My parents were taken from me. I won't allow that to happen to anybody else. That's extraordinary.
Granted,
Shots
he is
fired.
a billionaire, though, too, so...
It doesn't act well. At some points, he's not. If you know, at some points, he's not. He loses his money. So, boom.
You heard.
Okay.
Shots fired.
My dream, like Anne Hathaway lived my whole life's dream last year. No, I'm serious. Playing Catwoman and being in a musical and winning an Oscar, like she lived every one of my dreams. So, someday, I'd love to be.
You'll get there.
Yeah, it'll be Brittany Richards.
Moving on up.
You know. Because I feel you'll be a better Catwoman than Halle Berry or Anne Hathaway. You know?
I agree.
Or a better Batgirl than what's her face?
Alicia
What's her face?
Silverstone.
What was her name?
Alicia Silverstone.
The Clueless.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could. Well, I shouldn't put limitations, but I mean, Batgirl. That's a blonde chick.
Hey,
But you're right.
Times are changing.
Yes, they are doing that Wonder Woman. They're revamping that Wonder Woman pilot.
Yeah.
So, just saying, CW, what's up?
Any special someones in your life?
Oh, girl. No. Oh, this town is something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why it's so difficult. My dad says it's because I'm extra special. So I don't know, but I think again, everybody's here for themselves. Nobody came out here to get married and have babies. If we were going to do that, we'd stayed back in the Midwest and the South. Because I'd have tons of kids by now if that were the case. I think guys, and no disrespect, but I think guys come out here and they're just like, oh, girls, I can do whatever, like parties, and there's tons of stuff to do, and like you don't have to, you don't have to. You don't really have to be, no, but you don't have to really be about anything to get chicks in this town, because there's a lot. It's true, though. And I've been one of those girls like, oh, he's a bartender. Yeah, I love him. Like, come on. Like, you can be a 35-year-old bar back and still get chicks.
Yeah.
Like 20-year-old chicks, because there's plenty of little naive girls with daddy issues who, are running around just.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm just mad that you just went like this. Like, just to start off. That was. No, I mean, okay, like you're right to a point, but I will say this, being the only representation of a male in the room, and Steven, you can back me up on this if you
Don't back him up, Steven.
that there are good men living out here in LA, doing our thing. Granted, there's a lot of ratchet females running around, just throwing it at them. But if you could weed out, all the nonsense, then you'll find.
Yes, but what I'm trying to say is, I get it. If I were a guy out here, a good-looking guy, oh my God, I would clean up. Like, I would be single forever, for a long time, because why not?
Why not?
There is no
opportunities are
boundless.
I mean, being single is cool, but I think every guy still wants that, because like at the end of the day, like we all have that mentality, like to procreate and to like marry and this and that, yada yada. So I guess you got to find the right timing.
Yes, and I think that's what it is. It's like the guy has to just be in the place of, okay, I'm ready now. It wouldn't matter if you're the best thing in the world. If he's not ready, he's not ready.
That's true.
So, and I'm still pretty young, so it's like the guys that I would go after, they're not ready. So that just kind of leaves me dating 45-year-olds, which I don't want to do, or just kind of holding in there and being single until. But I have met and come into contact and dated some really, really good guys. Few, but they have been amazing. So.
Well, at your age, a lot of women in this industry come to LA and they choose to focus on their career, and they like swear off all men and relationships and things like that. But, other people think that why not have it all? Like, do you think it's possible in this industry
yeah.
to have it all, to have a successful relationship, a successful career, and a social life?
Yes, I think whatever you think is possible will be possible. So yeah, there are plenty of people who are like, oh, I'm just working on my career right now. It's like so busy. It's like, well, first of all, you're not that busy. Calm down. You're really not. Like, if the president can, you know, maintain a marriage and 2 kids and run the country, you're not that busy with your little stuff going on. I promise. But no, I totally think that. I think that everything has to be timed out, you know, and now I feel a little more like, okay, this is, you know, the career's kind of, it's on its own thing. It's going to snowball on its own. I mean, I got to put work into it, but it's kind of doing its own thing. So now it's like, okay, maybe I can actually give some focus to relationships and, you know, kids, because I definitely want kids someday. It's a little early for me to be feeling that way, but like I said, I'm a Southern girl, so it's just hardwired in our mind to just like make a home and you know, take care of our husband and our family and stuff. So, and my mom, she would love some kids, some grandkids. So,
in due time.
There you go, fellas. You can tweet her at
yeah, tweet me. Let's have some kids. That's definitely gonna win them over.
You know, it's just social media age. That's
don't waste any time.
Just start the prospects coming in.
Let's get it going. Get it going.
You never know.
I've just ruined it.
Having kids with Brittany applications. No.
I've ruined it. Yeah, that's it.
It's fall now. You know, it's getting cold outside. Someone to cuddle with. You know,
I know, right?
That's where it starts. So, where do you see yourself in the next 10 years, Brittany?
Living that Kerry Washington life.
There you go.
Oh, God, I love her. I can't even handle how much I love her. Yeah, just being Beyonce and Kerry. That's, I don't know. Like,
all in one.
Seriously. Like, you know, a kid and a home and a husband and a career that is something to be respected. Because, I mean, I could have come up way back if I had chosen a you know, a less dignified route. But I think that's just that's for the birds. Like, you know, you got to put hard work into it. So I would love to be the lead of a 1-hour drama series on a major network. I would love that. I would love to definitely I want an EGOT. So I want an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. Maybe not 10 years necessarily, but it's definitely a goal. Definitely to be on Broadway as well.
There you go. Okay, Whoopi. So, whose career do you want to emulate?
Well, yeah, Carrie. You know, and like I said, Anne Hathaway lived all my dreams. Oh my God. There's so many people. I love that Beyonce. You know, I love her singing career. I'm not that talented as a singer, not like that. But I love that, and I guess if anybody, it would be Kerry Washington.
It's a good career to emulate.
Yeah.
And then do you see yourself doing any writing, producing, and directing or anything in the future?
Oh, I could never be a director.
No.
I could see the production. I could see the writing. I like to write. But directing, no. That just seems like way too much work. And actors are annoying. And I don't want to. I can't be bothered. And also too, if I know I could do it better, which is a bad thing to say, but then I would just get irritated.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna jump into the game.
Yes, we always like to cap off our interviews with a fun little game.
Okay.
Keep it lighthearted. We have for you, dun dun dun, name the famous Kentucky actress or actor.
Okay.
Are there actors? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
So this first person, their major role was as a lead cast member on TBS's The Bill and Engvall Show.
Bill Engvall? David's laughing in the back.
Why don't you give her some more?
And she
okay.
subsequently appeared in the independent films The Burning Plain and Winter's Bone.
Oh, Jennifer Lawrence was on that?
Yep, she was his daughter, right?
Shut up.
I know, right?
I did not know that. Yeah, she's from Louisville. I did not know that she was on that show.
Yep, for a while.
Yeah, a couple years.
Oh, see, look, we all start off in TV. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Here you go. This American television and film person and political activist grew up in a family of successful performing artists.
Clooney.
And
No? Okay.
And is the daughter of country music singer
Ashley Judd.
There you go.
Yeah.
Man, you know your people.
Yes.
This is a hard one. Let me give you a harder clue. There's no hard clues on here.
I know. I know.
Alrighty. This person has received 3 Golden Globe Awards and 2 Academy Awards. 1 for acting and 1 for producing.
George Clooney?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to keep it as vague as possible.
This one, I don't know. This is a little difficult. Here we go. This American person is a film producer and a musician and has won the Golden Globe Award and Screen Actors Guild Award for Best Actor. And he rose to prominence on the 1980s television.
Johnny Depp.
Don't you love how he says, this person, and he rose?
And I realized.
Well, and you said musician, and then I'm like, well, who, yeah.
This one's a little more.
Yeah, I think this one may stump you.
This one I'm going to give you as vague as possible. This person gained exposure with roles in 2005 films Little Manhattan and Zathura. Did I pronounce that right?
You did.
I'm not familiar with these films.
Also RV, Firehouse Dog, and Bridge to Terabithia.
Well, this sounds like a young person. So I don't know.
This person is younger than you. I will say that.
I was just trying to stump her. I was like, is it a young person? Oh, this person's younger than you.
I think I don't know. Is it Josh Hutcherson? Is that right?
Wow, very good.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know his Hutcherson.
Hutcherson,
right?
yep.
Yeah.
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games, yeah. With
Right,
Jennifer Lawrence.
Star, yeah, with Jennifer.
Kentucky Stand Up.
PETA, yeah. You guys have some solid representation. What?
You need to move to Kentucky.
I know.
And come back.
Seriously. Well, before we wrap up, we want to just give you a chance to tell us about any upcoming projects you have or where we could expect to see you next. Anything you're working on?
More of My Crazy Roommate, I hope. Season 2, guys, watch, yeah.
We will definitely be tuning in. Thank you so much for joining us today. Tell us again where we can find you on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, anything.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Brittc Richards, both. And then Facebook is just my full name, Brittany Richards.
Great.
Yeah.
Find me on Twitter at I am Jessica King. And where can we find you, Nick Perdue?
All over the internet at the Nick Perdue.
Thank you for joining us, guys. Until next time.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, Dario Kristen, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network. If you have questions or comments, tweet us at BHL Online or email us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. For more exclusive content, visit blackhollywoodlive.com. This has been a presentation of the Black Hollywood Live Network.
Hollywood redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.